But no, we didn't get our $500 as a certain man suggested there might be. Which is okay. I wasn't really expecting it, but it was worth trying to hang up any. You know, it was worth a try. We are going to have a balloon popping session a little bit later on, guys. I'm going to be popping a whole bunch of those. We're going to do that live on stream. Oh, I was also thinking we could maybe we could do this. Maybe we could do maybe we could pop a balloon per sub. Should we do that? Balloon pop per sub. That could be fun. You can even pick who you want to pop. You can put, like, you know, a price on someone's head. You know, you always want to get some revenge for poor Eddie typing for banning you or something, or timing you out. You can now pop his balloon for just one subscription or $5. It's like a Hitman service, only we hit people's balloons, not their actual lives. Anyways, to the top left-hand side is our blue Terran player. Let's hear it if you're cheering on the MaSa. Top 4 in WCS Challenger qualifies himself to WCS Leipzig at the end of this month. Very excited for him. As we have to the bottom right-hand side, our red Zerg player from Team Clash. It is Elazer. Yeah, I'm going to take that balloon off the wall today. I've just been a little bit busy with all of the long streams, etc. I haven't really had much of a chance or much time to actually... yeah, I haven't had much time to actually just take balloons down and stuff like that. If it's a load-bearing balloon, I can't remove it without compromising the structural integrity of the office building. Yeah, actually that's true as well. The floating balloon that doesn't actually float because it doesn't have helium in is literally the only reason this building is being held up right now. Jason of Asen coming in with the Twitch Prime sub as well. And even though only one person just subscribed, we just jumped up 2 sub points. So, oh my gosh. Or maybe I just didn't count before, I don't know. Either way, we just jumped up 2 sub points all of a sudden. Oh my god. We unlocked another sub mode. I honestly cannot believe this. It's actually kind of insane. It's actually freaking crazy. It's actually freaking crazy. Thank you so much, everybody, for all of the support. Jason of Asen, let's see some Wardy Hearts in the chat for you. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Do appreciate it. Do remember you can get your hands on those replay packs through the Discord channel. Third hatchery coming on up here is MaSa going to be backing away. Has already seen that hatchery starting to come down here, so sees the hatchery coming through. And Reaper will just back away in towards the center of the map now. See what's going to happen next. Was a Hellion-based opening here, and he is now going to go into a Cyclone. He was playing a bit of a mixture of mech the other day, and what was he playing mech actually? I think he was mostly playing bio actually. Now I think about it a bit more. Pretty sure he's playing mostly bio the other day, but currently the setup looking as though it could be some mech from him here. We'll see how this goes. We currently see a Viking coming through the top side, having a little bit of a look around at the moment, looking for those overlords. One overlord currently heading in towards the main. And this wasn't, in the end, an aggressive setup from Elazer at all. He goes up to the 3 hatches nice and quickly. We'll go into the lair now, but it looks as though it's just going to be a Loonbane Hydra setup, as they do have those Zerglings gathering at the front. And there's an armory coming down from MaSa, but only one of these Cyclones made. No, he actually made 2. Oh, am I just blind? I only saw 1 in the production tab. Maybe I just looked at a bad time. Anyways, 2 Cyclones are out, so it is kind of the U-thermal build here. The Hellbat Cyclone attacks the Liberator into the main and do some further damage. Kills off this Overlord, and here we go. MaSa starts to push across the map here to see what he can get up to. He's pushing across, seeing what's going to be possible for him in the next couple of moments. He's just sitting out the front. As you see, a single Zerglin comes in and actually will slow down this third CC. Just one Zerglin to slow that down. Very nicely done, obviously. Really, yeah, nicely positioned there to get a little bit of damage. Anyways, the Hellbats have morphed in over here. At the same time, the Liberator in the main base So I'll do some damage, a couple of drones so far. Queen will help push her away, and Overlord goes down. Actually, supply blocks Elazer right now. MaSa needs to be careful, though. Those Banes are going to get some big connections in a moment. Now, 1 or 2 of them actually going off on Cyclones, which doesn't really help the Zerg player. Obviously, the Cyclones are pretty tanky against Bane shots, etc. I'd much rather get those off onto the Hellbats, which I feel is good to keep a Queen alive. And, well, MaSa does get a good few workers here. He's going to get 9 workers killed, plus the fact he forced out a whole bunch of units. Well, good stuff so far. Let's just see those Hellions going to be gathering back together once again. Workers in total here, and very nice damage. I mean, 13 workers. Obviously, Elazer right now comes out even on workers, but that's not where you want to be as a Zerg in this ZvT matchup. You want to be in a position where you have way more workers than the Terran player. 15, 20 worker leads. Look at this. MaSa already taking a 4th CC in the background. Because he's going to play mech here, he has a lot of excess minerals, so he just really kind of speeds up on the 4th CC, throws it down, and actually for this map, it's actually kind of cool because you do get yourself this double kind of gas here. So you go up to 4 gases very quickly, and it's a very safe base to take. So he's going to get those gases up nice and quick as this base is ready too, and he can also take these gases. Again, the gas count is one of the most important things for a meching player, and that's what MaSa's slowly setting up into, is to get some Infernal Pre-Igniter. Playing against the Hydra's base style means that Infernal Pre-Ignite is almost one of the most important upgrades you can get against this. There's a couple of Lings coming over to the left, a Elazer coming along and, well, just scouting around for now, really. Maybe morph in a couple of Banes to hit this mineral line with, perhaps. Or maybe he just wants them here for information. Either way, there's a Drop-a-Lord coming through from Elazer. One thing he has been doing a lot lately has been going for a big aggressive all-in against mech, where he brings a lot of Overlords across the map, spreads creep with them so the Hydras get some speed bonuses, and then he lifts up the... He also brings the Queens with them as this Liberator gets taken down pretty much instantly. Now he's poking forward. Drop-a-Lord. Actually, it's going to be for Banelings. So it's not going to be that big aggressive attack of kind of the Overlord spreading creep. Not just yet, at least, if it is going to happen. Maybe with +1 missiles. He loads up 4 Banelings. He's going to start going across the map. So looking for a little bit of drop action. Try and deal some damage in these early stages. Try and get some counter damage done to all of that work and damage the Terran did throughout these earlier stages as well. Keep our eyes to see how MaSa is going to respond to that. See if he's going to realize that it is coming in here. He's going to put his... first-person view on in the picture-in-picture. A couple of Banes actually did end up rolling in over here from those circles before, so that's 7 workers down already. And now MaSa, does he realize this Drop-a-Lord's coming in? Right now he's focusing over there, doesn't look as though, okay, now he sees it, now he pulls his SCVs, and he will minimize the damage until he is in a little bit of a tough spot. Looks as though he's continuing to pull those away. The Banes obviously haven't dropped yet though, so it's a lot of lost mining time until he actually kills this off with the 4 Vikings. So Kick picks this off here. Okay, well now here we go. This is this time Queens inside of this Overlord. Hydra's coming over to the left-hand side of the map as well. So Hydra's coming on over to the left-hand side here, and we are going to be seeing, well, a chunk more Banelings coming on up. So he's going to get ready to go, going for this +1 attack timing. A few tanks sieging up, but there's a lot of Vikings behind the Hellbats. Need to make sure they come into the front here to help protect. So if those tanks are on their own, they're going to have a really rough time, basically. Right now, these Hellions aren't even morphed into Hellbats, so that's not going to help much either, as the Queens will start dropping on down. Hellions actually don't bother to morph into Hellbats, they're just going to stay in Hellion mode, which honestly might do quite a bit here against the Hydras. Look how choked up these Hydralists are. Elazer trying to push through this position, picking off the Banelings as well as a few SCVs going down, and this is going to be a hold for MaSa. He defends this with ease actually in the end, to the point where Elazer was so committed to this that he's going to type out GG and leave the game. MaSa takes... Let's do this. To the bottom right-hand side, our blue Zerg player. Very committed attack last time, really didn't want to pull away from it for any reason. From Team Clash, it is Elazer. Top left-hand side, the red Terran player, it is MaSa. A couple of people asking about why Elazer left in that last game. He just lost his entire army, guys. It doesn't matter if he still has a similar work count, he just lost everything. And really, not in a very efficient manner. He was not trading well in that fight. He lost all of his Hydras. It's a very committed attack too, because he didn't have +2 missiles, for example, on the way up, further bases, etc. He was very committed with that attack, and losing all the Hydras with so much of the mech army left over, he is down like 30-40 supply, and even if he rebuilds from there, he's very behind and he knows it. And that's why he did type out in the first game. What's the deal with the HB bar and Wardy's overlay? So that is the bit boss. Basically, every $1 donated is 100 damage, or every 100 bits cheered is 100 damage, and whoever gets the last hit becomes a new bit boss. If you kill the boss with a big hit, you get more health. So right now, Montian had a $100 donation at the end of the stream the other day, and he's pretty much the bit boss right now because of that, because that was a pretty powerful kill, and he got a lot of health from it. $100 is like 10,000 damage, so he overkilled by quite a bit, hence his health. It's just a fun way to kind of add a little bit more interaction to the stream and some extra fun bits and pieces. Game number 2, as we do see the early wall off on the low ground. Players doing this a lot more regularly now, walling on the low ground rather than up in their main. Not really sure why it's suddenly become such a thing. I think maybe something to do with a lot of the aggression we've been seeing out of like early Zergling foods and stuff like that. This does deter players from doing an attack like that in the early stages. Reaper hops up into the main base, so Reaper coming into the main base now will be able to go after a couple of drones here. When it goes down, and already just a little bit of a dance around. Fun for the Reaper to be able to come into the main base. Usually the Reaper comes into the natural to attack right away here. It will get away low on health, but obviously it will be able to heal itself up. You know what's really crazy to me? The fact that Reapers used to not have healing. It's crazy. Like, you think back to the Wings of Liberty Reaper, it was insane. It's how different it was. Obviously originally it was very broken, but like it was really kind of crazy. This Reaper didn't have heals. It was really like, and it was used for scam for so long in the game, players just couldn't shut it down. It's really crazy how the game changes over time. I think one of my favorite builds back then as well was the Reaper Hellion opening, which obviously is still kind of a thing now, especially in TVT, but back then you used to go for like the Reaper Hellion with the medevac elevator, and like 3 or 4 Reapers with like 3 or 4 Hellions. It was pretty freaking deadly, man, if you got on your main base. Loved that. It was a lot of fun. Gives you to do way more damage to builds as well. Reaper alone has been through quite some changes at its time. It's really been an interesting unit in the history of StarCraft, I suppose. Overlord here from Elazer is moving around to the top side, and we're just going to be seeing this Viking on the way out from MaSa going to be attaching itself to this Overlord in the next few moments. A Cloak coming up on the back starport as well. We're going to be seeing another couple of Hellions popping out in the next few moments. So far, we're looking to be fairly similar to the last game, although no Cyclones just yet, which will be one of our telltale signs as to whether or not this would be the same sort of push. Obviously, the Cloak indicates that's probably not going to be. But does he actually build a Banshee? Yes, he does. Sometimes he builds this Cloak just as a little bit of a fake out, just as a bit of a, oh look, I'm going Banshee, but really you're not going Banshee, you're just going for a Liberator or just the Viking even. Maybe even sometimes the Medevac. But it is indeed going to be the Cloak this time. There's the Armory. So it does look to be a help at Banshee focused attack here early on. With the lair coming up, obviously the Banshees are not really necessarily going to be able to get too much damage done. But we'll see here over the next couple of minutes, as we do still see 2 Zerglings coming up to the top side. Elazer getting himself in a position where he can run towards the frontier and perhaps just try and do a little bit of something. One of the things that was annoying last game was the third CC got delayed just slightly by a couple of lings. So that was pretty nice. As MaSa with these 2 Cyclones now on the way out obviously creates this opportunity to go into Hellbat, Cyclone, and of course the Banshee support as well. So you can see this Viking picks up an Overlord in the main base. The Queen will be able to pick up the kill here, and then Viking gets picked off. Viking goes down, the barracks going to move over to this reactor, and with that reactor coming down now, we will be seeing MaSa just getting into a position where he has another couple of Marines on the way through. So just switching it up, and well, there's Elazer's build. He actually throws down the Nidus network as his lair finishes up. So this game looked very similar to the last game, apart from maybe the Rotron, which, you know, maybe just looked as though he was just trying to defend the Hellbats. With the Nidus network coming into play, this obviously starts to look very different, but, well, honestly, it's not a bad setup for MaSa to defend. He's already started a bunker. What has MaSa seen in terms of what's going on? Not really too much. He saw the lair. Nidus is going to be finishing in a moment too. There is a dark spot in MaSa's main base. everything's starting to move out onto the map from MaSa, and that's obviously a little bit of a disaster here if this Nidus comes into the main. Again, there is this area where you just can't see it. Oh, he's going to put it right into the center of the main anyways, though. Well, Hellions now start to turn around, so do the Banshees. Let's see what will happen here. Tank will come forwards, will just come in on this other side of the factory in the barracks. Hellions are not here right away. SCV's going to start pulling in. Will he just target down the Unitas? He will. He will go down, despite the Queens being out here for transfusions. Well, that's huge, because all of a sudden, it changes up a lot. This tank's going to friendly fire down some SCVs if he's not careful, though. The Banshees will fall. Another Knight is coming up behind this. That Queen's alone right now. We're taking a long time to get rid of. I mean, this next Knight is going to come up in a moment or two. The Lings have actually been able to run through into the natural, and that's where MaSa's taking some damage as well. The Cyclone's going to be in some trouble, and this tank is now going to be kind of struggling to come in and defend all of this in the main base. Some SCVs have to be pulled in to try and buy some more time. Hellions on the low ground still trying to do something. This one single siege tank is just not getting enough done. I just can't believe how long these Queens survived after the first Nidus got shut down. These Queens just seem to never die. They were just around for so very long, and they got a lot done, and they're already killing a lot of workers, etc. That is GG. Elazer will take game 2 with this Nidus attack. 1-1. This series is really turning into something of these couple different games that we've already had. So before I introduce the players, I'm going to answer a question in the chat. Tester Impressive, how do you put the replay pack into StarCraft 2 to watch them? So, once you download them, obviously extract them, and each of the replay packs is full of replays. If you go into StarCraft 2 and you go up to replays, there's a little button that says show in folder, and that will basically show the folder where the replays go. If you just create a new folder in there called, well, whatever, that's the easiest way to go. Or honestly, you can just load them up from your file as well. You can just, once you've got them on your PC, just double click them and it will load up into StarCraft. I personally like to load them from in the game, such as why I put them into a folder that the StarCraft replay files finds. But yeah, if you need more help, let me know after the stream. I can definitely help you out a little bit more, but I got a cast right now because this third game is starting up. To the top right hand side of the map, our blue Terran player. It is MaSa. His opponent to the lower left hand side. This game going for the 12 pool Roach Warren. Our red Zerg player. Elazer. So the Roach Warren very early here. This time very quick Roach pressure going to be coming out. I'm very intrigued to see how this works against the low ground wall off, because since I've been seeing the Terran players start to wall off on the low ground, I've been very intrigued about the possibility of just how these marine, how this works out. And surely in my mind, surely the Ravagers just break this wall off down, and that's a massive issue because you're losing your production very early. I suppose we will see very soon. We're going to see the Marines for now picking off a Zerglin already. See another Zerglin getting in towards the natural. It's also going to get picked off here. ZvT comes onto the command center once again. The bunker coming up from MaSa behind this wall off. We are going to be seeing the CC coming on down. The Ravager going to be finishing up here, and the Elazer going to be coming through the center of the map then. So here we go, the pressure will begin. I mean, a bunker on the way up, but quite far back. The factory in the barracks might have to reposition a little bit here. Factory is already lifting up to go into the main base, realizing the issue right now. Marines will jump into this bunker, and he will have to get some SCVs down here to repair. He'll start doing right now, but he needs another couple, honestly, because at the moment... Okay, he's going to be okay for now. Elazer's actually going to start biling down this depot in this barracks instead. Factory building the tech lab in the main, but again, even just the flying time of that factory over to the main base, it's kind of a huge deal. More biles onto the bunker, which will stay alive for now. SCVs, will they want to try and save their scraps? It's just going to lift up here. It's going to move away as well. We're going to set biles on towards the bunker, and we are going to see the Ravagers breaking through high ground bunker now to keep on defending. Elazer's still only on one base, so I mean, this is really a do or die kind of build for him at the moment. 13 drones, he has damage to get done, but so far he's just slowing MaSa down. He isn't necessarily getting himself into a lead or an advantage here at all. More Crucible is going to be landing, but this time the bunker's going to stay alive, at least for the moment. And the first tank about to come out will do a lot to really help out for this. Problem is right now the Ravagers can't go in and keep on fighting, it seems. Another Ravager though, and so the Biles very soon will be breaking down the will actually be breaking down the bunker. This Bile here to the side doesn't really hit much. Now the tank sieges, so the Ravagers have to be a little bit careful because tank shots will be deadly. Corrosive Biles. Again, it's getting that bunker very, very low, but it's not going to be able to do enough overall, and still just roaches being made as Elazer. Still just going straight up for this win. So Ravagers just going to commit up the ramp. And okay, they're going to be able to bile down the siege tank, but it's a good trade from MaSa. Because he has the Marines in the bunker, that doing so much damage as the Ravagers walk so far forwards. MaSa is going to take game 3. He is on the point of winning this series. To the rush like this than it may initially seem. Like, I wonder if this is actually something you do because it helps against attacks like that. Especially if you see it coming, I think it puts you in a pretty great position, honestly. As we have to the top left-hand side, our blue Terran player. It is MaSa. To the bottom right-hand side, our red Zerg player from Team Clash. Let's see if we can bounce back to tie it up into Game 5. It's Elazer. Elazer's playing ridiculously aggressive, says Party Major in the chat. He is playing ridiculously aggressive right now, game after game. Is there a schedule when is Hero playing? The Hero matchup got delayed because Jim Rising had internet issues. So Jim Rising Hero will play tonight in about 11 hours from now. Coming up after this series will be Bjorn versus Keen. After Bjorn versus Keen, we go live with Uthermal versus TLO. We wrap up the group playoffs today, apart from Hero Jim Rising, with Reno versus Jon Snow. After that, after Uthermal TLO, and then we'll have a little bit of downtime on the stream before we go into our Go for SC2 monthly finals. That starts up in about 5 hours and 15 minutes from now. Looking forward to that already, though. Should be some great games. Always is a lot of fun games in the Go for SC2 monthly finals. So looking forward to that as well. Not sure if we're going to keep the stream live between those events, because I'd kind of like to get some work done in terms of using my PC for just a little bit. So we might turn the stream off and come back live for the Go for monthly finals later. I'm not 100% sure just yet. I haven't fully decided. We kind of just... Well, I guess we'll see how long these matches go on for. It'll be a pretty good start to figuring out how... what we do. Anyways, we'll worry about that in a little bit. As for now, we do just see this SCV continue to scatter around, looking to see what's up. Already Elazer throws down a third hatchery here. MaSa is once again low ground wall-off expansion on the way. And this factory of MaSa is going to be finishing up in a couple of moments, so MaSa will finish up this factory, and the factory finishing, we'll just see this SCV nipping on over to the other side to build the starport on the natural as well. Just nothing in the main. It's kind of funny. Absolutely nothing in the main base right now. Factory swaps onto the reactor where a couple of Hellions will start up. A Marine on its way out as well. And again, Zergling speed is currently on the way right now from Elazer, coming on through and getting ready to go. Pneumatized Carapace as well, which is a very Elazer thing to always get. He really does enjoy the pneumatized Carapace, and he feels as though, you know, the deficit of a single queen, which it kind of slows him down on the slight eco disadvantage that you get from it, is just so worthwhile. The scouting information, and obviously so much potential aggression as well, with Bane drops later in the game, Queen drops become a possibility, and these are all things the Terran player has to take into account once he sees that pneumatized Carapace finishing up. Medivac on the way out in the natural expansion right now from MaSa. So Medivac already on its way out here, and just another couple of Hellions on the way as well. An armory coming up in the back of the main base, so MaSa going to be able to throw this armory down at the moment. It's going to be coming on through. So armory will finish up in a moment or so as we see the single Zergling coming across the map. Elazer will be looking to see what he can do with that in the next couple of moments. As we will see these two Hellions of MaSa through the center. Well, 6 Hellions now. A medevac coming across with these Marines, and with the armory, of course, the Hellbat attack is going to be enabled as we see the Lair and the Baneling Nest on the way down as well here from Elazer. So Lair and the Baneling Nest coming through. He's actually going to chase him for an Overlord kill right away. He actually stops. I actually didn't mind that idea. I guess as well, though, he's just buying a little bit of time for the armory to finish. Man, first Hellbat's taking quite a bit of damage as they were walking in very close to those Queens. Marines actually have to lift up because the Zerglings running by, and Elazer really has this one under control. The Lings are splitting themselves up wonderfully away from the Hellbats to catch reinforced Hellions, but just don't deal with those Zerglings so easily if they can't be microed. And of course, MaSa is struggling to micro them because he's focusing on this attack as well. Very nicely done here by MaSa, as Elazer will pick up a little bit of an advantage here with this defense in the early stages. Got ourselves an Elazer first person view in the picture right now as a Liberator comes in. He still has a couple of Hellions up towards his third base. So let's see how he's going to try and deal with that. For now, he's going to be focusing up towards the top side. He's actually just going to be getting rid of this. But now drones are starting to drop from that Liberator as well. But the Liberator actually goes down to a Spore Crawler. It's a very impressive, very simple defense here. As Elazer will throw down a Nidus Network to begin his counter-attack. So Nidus Network starting to come on up. 18 more Zerglings on the way through. The +1 vehicle weapons coming into play on this armory as well. Again, the Zergling poking forwards. He's going to get taken down by those Hellions and the Marine. Next play though from MaSa, and so swapping into a second factory. Goes on to attack lab already. What other units out on the map here from Elazer? He won game number 2 off the back of a Nidus. This one's a little bit different of the way the game has gone. It's a little bit later, but he's got 7 Queens, 10 Roaches about to pop. And Nidus looks as though it's going to come right down in towards the center of the main. Now the interesting part of this is the production is on the low ground. Right now there is not a siege tank available, so it's all going to be about the Hellbats. SCVs will pull in as well the Hellbat with this, and let's see if this is going to be a bit of a bad defense from the four. Lings will start to flood to the front, but this time the wall is sealed. However, this time as well, the medevacs, or the Hellbats, are not going to be able to get rid of the Nidus. The Queens do transfuse properly. MaSa does not have an answer, and Elazer will take us to a 5th game. Nidus with those Lings flooding the front at the same time. Let's see what will happen as we go into a 5th and final game in this best of 5. To the bottom right hand side, our blue Terran player is going to be MaSa. He's going up against the red Zerg player to the top left hand side from Team Clash. It's Elazer. What's up, Terminator? Cheering on MaSa in the chat, comes in with the 6-month resub. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. Get some Wardy Hearts in the chat, please, for Terminator. 6 months! 6 months already, crazy. Actually, your resub made me think about maybe streaming some PUBG today. Maybe in the downtime between StarCraft tournaments we could play some PUBG, because I haven't had a chance to play PUBG for a few days, it feels like. So, yeah, it would be maybe fun to play a little bit of PUBG if we have enough downtime for it. Kind of depends how long the matches go today. We still have 3 best of 5s to go. I'm just trying to think as to how, you know, what a good way would be to fill the downtime in between tournaments today. Anyways, we're going to be seeing a few Zerglings moving forwards. This Marine's very far forwards here from MaSa because he's got a proxied barracks here on this top side. He's going to go as a Reaper follow-up. There's just 1 barracks here. And, well, be expanding back at home in the meantime. Bit of an interesting start of the game at number 5 already. I mean, obviously the Marine gets picked off. The Reaper will be able to kite. I'm just going across the map here. Elazer is going to be pretty content with the way they started. So Elazer with a good scout early. This overlord seen that racks coming down. Forced MaSa to just go into 1 racks rather than 2. And yeah, MaSa's game plan here really getting a little bit screwed up from where he would have wanted it to be at this stage. Elazer has his natural hatchery up, his 3rd hatch coming down as well. So he's able to start going in towards all of that now. And yeah, a nice shutdown here early. So we'll see that Reaper picking off another Zergling. Nicely done. Again, factory about to finish up, and we'll begin to see maybe how we kind of follow up in this game, I guess. Immediately into the starport. Maybe a Cyclone early? Nope, just a single Hellion. Barracks will probably build up a reactor, getting a reactor early on. using the barracks to kind of structure it. So you're going to see that reactor starting to come on through. So reactor coming through at the moment here. Yeah, actually MaSa only if the single racks was trying to build. He wasn't actually ever trying to build the 2 racks. Sorry, I know I did swap the proxy very late. Looking at the chat and reading the conversation at the wrong time. But yeah, it was just a single racks all along. Maybe some faked out pressure or so. Either way, we do see this Reaper coming in towards the center. We're just going to be seeing Elazer. Yeah, and should be very happy with how this is going for now. So we've seen this Queen is going to pull away to the side and throw down a creep teamer here. So throwing down the creep teamer, and we do see a few SCVs starting to mine away on the natural expansion. Factory's going to be dropping down onto a reactor. Tech Lab starts to build up on the barracks. CC in the main base will morph into an orbital, so that's 3 CC already from MaSa. Here's a follow-up of a proxy that didn't work out so brilliantly. Currently down 14 workers, and just going to see again the Viking moving around to see what else is happening. Stimpack starts up, so MaSa going to play Bio. We actually haven't seen him really playing Bio here. One game I think he tried to go Bio, but he got shut down very quickly by the attack. So you see 4 Hellions and the Reaper coming up the left-hand side. We'll be running in towards the third base in the next couple of moments. You can see 1 drone going down, another couple of drones. Not down just yet, actually, as they got, I don't know what the Hellions decided to hit instead. More works. There's also a Liberator up towards the natural expansion. 6 workers so far, and these Hellions are not disappearing. Still 3 of them will one-shot drones. So 10 workers killed, a couple of drones lower on health, 11, and you can just get 12. You will get 12, I think. No, the drone regenerated. And that 1 drone on 1 hit point here. Vikings still off over to the side. The Liberator comes back in and will be going for a little bit more damage. There's already a few more drones going down. There's 2 more Hellions going to the natural expansion. Elazer is losing so many workers here so quickly. This Liberator will unsiege and reposition. Just over halfway done. Another barracks on the way up. Factory will move away to the side. There's now engineering base coming in as well. And what does Elazer do from this? Because he is not in a pretty spot to keep on playing from. This Liberator denying mining time once again. MaSa on top of the Spore Crawlers coming in to respond to it. A few more barracks coming on through here from MaSa. A few Hellions getting repaired up by these SCVs. So Hellions getting repaired by the SCVs. Seeing a few Banes walking in over towards the third base as well. A few Queens are injecting. +1/+1 melee upgrades. Elazer at this stage down on workers. MaSa, 3rd CC in location. Starting to mine from it. Still has a bunch of Hellions on the map as well. You build a lot of these Hellions this game. Now going into a whole chunk of these extra barracks as well. Getting set up to just get a lot more Marines onto the map. With these Hellions up, of course, the army will allow them to morph in Hellbats, and with Hellbats coming into play, you'll be able to get quite a bit done. They're circling down the right-hand side. Going to be able to run towards the mineral line, and we'll start to nibble. Onto an SCV already. So we continue to take some shots here. Another supply depot coming up from MaSa. We are going to be seeing 6 Marines loading up. And they are going to start heading out in towards the center of the map. So 6 Marines in towards the middle of the map now, as we do see this Liberator from MaSa still moving up the right-hand side and through the top to siege up. Just keep up the harassment so far, and I love this. Just a small drop to kind of clean up some of this creep spread. Wants to just stop Elazer from maybe feeling as though he's in pure control on the map at least, even if his work kind of etc. hasn't been brilliant. Creep teamer and this Overlord very far out here as well. Mutas Carapace just now coming in from Elazer. At least kept the active tumor alive, which is great. Means the creep will continue to push towards the 4th base of the Terran, or at least the 4th base location. MaSa yesterday against the Zerg player actually did take the 4th base on the low ground when we were casting him against Jon Snow. As we're going to be seeing the CC up on this high ground for now, though. Banes actually continue rolling by. They probably could have killed all of these Hellions if they'd gone for it. As the Liberator is still sieging up here, and 2 Liberators actually picking up a chunk of kills. This Liberator from earlier has 9 kills on it. having a pretty great time. So we'll see. Just MaSa so on top of moving these Liberators away from the Spore Crawlers, which are repositioning time and time again. As the Goldmans continue to come on up, Liberator. Sieges once more, and that Queen will be going down. Wow, these Liberators are really out of control. Finally, this one gets picked off over here. Still a Viking as well, just looking for any overlords, etc. nearby. Massive effect. Pretty healthy supply lead, a lot of it in army supply. It's starting to press forwards. Saves those Marines, which went to clean some creep out. We actually have to see the tank siege here. At the moment, this is not really a fight MaSa wants to take it. He's just on siege in the middle of the map. He's going to load up a couple of tanks, continue to run, but he's actually really in the middle of nowhere. This is really starting to hurt him. Those are dropping to his natural at the same time, which is why he just lost 7 workers. MaSa gets caught in the middle of the map really badly. And for all of the harassment, all of the damage he's done, Elazer resets a lot of it by killing a huge chunk of this army here. That goes a very long way to helping him out. So you're going to see a few mules dropping on down. Tanks continue sieging up, and again, Lings, Banes, and Hydras coming around into the top side. Creeps still spreading out in towards the middle of the map. 2-2 upgrades still coming up here from MaSa, and just can be seen. The Burrow upgrade coming on through, and Overlord going to be coming up overhead on the 4th base. Well, again, Elazer was not in a pretty position, but that last trade definitely brings him back into it. Elazer still down in resources lost, has definitely not been in the better position in terms of mining this game. In this little chunk here was when he kind of had that Bane drop heading towards the natural, and it did a bit of damage. You can just see Elazer's army supply rose, massive dropped. It's just not a pretty fight. I wonder if he would have been better just to siege up the tanks then, just to try and take the fight instead of just running and running and running. Tanks continue to fire away, and we are going to see these Marines continue to try and drop up into the high ground. We have a difficult position for Elazer to deal with. Those tanks just kind of around the corner, makes a very long run to kind of deny it. Anyways, at the same time, we're going to be seeing some Banes continue to push on forwards and jumping in towards the Banes going down, Lings continue to come on through, and they are going to surround these Marines. Meanwhile, across the map, it looks a little larger fight might be about to start happening here, so we have a larger fight going to be starting on up. These Hydras are pushing on forwards. Looking to see what else they can do. I mean, pretty much every single tank is going to get cleaned out. The medevacs boost forwards into the Hydras. That's not pretty. Tanks picking up a couple of final kills. In the meantime, in the picture-in-picture, this run-by was ongoing. Some Burrow Zerglings here. So we're probably going to have to see a scan to get rid of the Zerglings. Missile upgrade continuing to come on through, and we are going to see even more Zerglings coming down towards the bottom right-hand side. 5th base coming up here from MaSa right now as well. Actually might be in a little bit of trouble. Surrounded. It is going to be denied. Well, MaSa didn't really feel like that last trade was great for him, but he did kill off the +2 Carapace on the Evo Chamber up here as well. A couple of Vipers, more Hydras coming up. The Ultras Cavern dropping down in the main base. Going to be seeing these this Overlord loading up the Banelings, and again, Ling Bane Hydra gathering up towards the 4. 5th hatchery comes down as well now on the low ground. We're still just going to be seeing the bio from MaSa. I think one of the big issues for MaSa is he just lost his tanks. And without the tank count, his army becomes a lot more difficult to do anything with in general. A couple of drones going down to the Liberator in play once again towards the natural expansion, continuing to get even more done. You're going to see another little bit of a Zergling run by setting up and trying to do a little bit more here over the next few moments. And MaSa, in the meantime, is running across. He's going to deal with this quite easily, actually. The Zerglings really don't do much. Going up to 5 bases apiece then. This is a very typical Abyssal Reef game. 2-2 upgrades right now for the Terran playing, going into that final set. 2-2 very late for Elazer. Again, especially the Carapace upgrade being delayed. That's massive for the Ultralists, of course. So if the Terran player has a 3rd upgrade on the attack, and there's only 2 upgrades for the defense for MaSa, for Elazer, sorry, then suddenly those Ultras will take chunks of damage off the bio that you might not usually expect them to take. Going to be seeing this Ling Bane going to start rolling on forwards and going in towards the natural expansion. Let's drop up in here at the same time. So here we go. These Banes going to crash come through. That run by is setting up. Meanwhile, we still have this large attack from MaSa up to this side. He's killed 12 drones or so far. He only lost a few workers of his own. He's going to get rid of an Overseer as well that was trying to morph in at the same time. still this army just sat here, waiting to see what it can do next. I think they're going to try and run in at the front, but they're not going to find much success. Some Fire units actually just choking up the front and helping to protect there. Nicely done for now. As we're going to be seeing Lings moving forwards, trying to fight this as well. The main Gaio army arrives, and wherever's the stem, Blinding Cloud comes down as the Marines and Marauders, because of that Blinding Cloud, end up running forwards a little bit. No tightness though, so the Ultras go down very quickly, and MaSa's going to be taking down the rest of these Hydralisks. Hydras disappearing, Elazer types out GG. From a 10-0 map score in his group, including a 2-0 over Beyond, MaSa is able to take it